wild boar hunting, what unfolds in front of the lens isn't just action. It's an encounter with one of the most adaptable and intelligent creatures of the wild. These aren't mindless targets. They're survivors, descendants of a species that has learned to thrive across continents, in environments ranging from dense European forests to scorching Texan plains. Every movement you witness is shaped by generations of evolution, conflict, and constant adaptation to pressure. Wild boars are more than prey. They are competitors, destroyers, guardians, and survivors. To the untrained eye, they may appear as brute, short-legged, thick-bodied, snorting animals tearing through the earth. But beneath that rugged appearance lies strategy. They are social, but never careless, with their lives structured around tight-knit groups called sounders, usually led by mature sows. These leaders are not dominant by size alone, but by memory and wisdom, remembering where food was found, where danger struck, and even patterns of human activity. Hunters often return to well-known spots only to find empty trails where boars were seen just days earlier. That's no accident. They learn quickly and teach the rest. What we often call instinct is, in truth, inherited experience knowledge, carried forward through survival. When you see them emerge into the open, it's not luck, it's calculation. Every step is measured, every paw is deliberate as they scan the wind, test the air for scent, feel the vibration of distant footsteps or the rumble of machinery, and often remain motionless for long stretches as if weighing unseen equations of risk and reward. That patience is not hesitation, it's survival. And it's what makes them such formidable game. Modern hunters often talk about ethics, and rightfully so, because hunting today isn't just about marksmanship, it's about understanding the animal. Wild boars aren't passive creatures awaiting their fate. They adapt their feeding times to avoid human activity, shift their travel patterns away from common ambush routes, and when pressure mounts, they become nocturnal ghosts moving only under the cover of darkness. Some call them pests, and indeed in parts of the world, they cause billions of dollars of damage to crops, ecosystems, and infrastructure. But that label oversimplifies what they truly are: resilient, resourceful, and misunderstood. As foragers, they reshape landscapes, using their powerful snouts to till soil, uproot roots, and expose insects, disturbing balance in both harmful and beneficial ways. Farmers view them as enemies, conservationists as complications, and hunters as challenges, but all agree on one fact: ignore them, and they will multiply beyond control. A single sow can produce multiple litters in a year, accelerating population growth at a rate that rivals even the most invasive species. Where control fails, wild boars transform into an ecological force, one that no fence or field is safe from. And yet, this is where the debate begins, because too aggressive a response turns hunting into extermination, while too passive an approach allows the damage to escalate and overwhelm local communities. That's why a thoughtful approach matters, not just an aim, but an attitude. There is a difference between hunting and elimination, because the goal isn't destruction, it's stewardship, and the best hunters know this. They respect the animal, even in the moment of the shot. This respect is not new. Across history, wild boars have been honored and feared, from Greek mythology, where they were beasts sent by the gods to test heroes, to medieval Europe, where kings and knights viewed boar hunting as the ultimate trial of courage. Facing a charging tusker armed only with a spear was as much about honor as survival, and that legacy of respect lingers today. A hunter may carry a rifle instead of a spear, but the reverence for the animal, the understanding that this is no mere target, remains the same. In recent years, however, technology has changed everything. With night optics piercing the darkness, GPS-enabled feeders manipulating movement, and drones tracking herds across landscapes, the modern hunter now wields tools of incredible precision. But with that precision comes responsibility. Not every advancement makes the hunt more ethical. Some make it mechanical, reducing the experience to little more than a button press. With wild boars, that's a slippery slope, because once they become nothing but disposable targets, we lose the very reason many of us entered the woods to begin with: the challenge, the respect, the connection. Those who have spent years in the field will tell you, boars do not die easily. They fight back, defend their young fiercely, And hunters tell stories of wounded boars circling back, charging through brush with tusks flashing in desperation and rage. A cornered boar is among the most dangerous encounters in the wild, and even seasoned hunters admit to moments where their pulse spiked, their weapons shook, and survival became less about skill and more about sheer willpower. These animals are survivors, not because they are lucky, but because they are built to endure. Studies even show that wild boars display behaviors resembling grief, with sounders lingering near the fallen, sniffing, nudging, and sometimes refusing to leave. It is not scientific to say they mourn as humans do, but it is fair to say they feel, and that awareness, however faint, deepens the hunter's responsibility. To take a life carelessly is to miss the weight of the act. To hunt with respect is to acknowledge it. The ethics of boar hunting stretch beyond personal philosophy, touching on ecology, agriculture, culture, and law. In some regions, hunters are the first line of defense against invasive populations that threaten native wildlife, while in others, they are stewards of tradition, preserving cultural practices passed down through generations.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.